to know. Oh, yeah, we need to show. Listen, watch, and flow. You need to know.
I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. You need to know, you need to know, you need to know. We all need to know. What do you need to know? What do I need to know? What do we all need to know? Bible, there is no place, there is no single verse or text that contradict each other. Even though at least 40 authors, 40 different authors wrote the Bible from three different continents, and most of them do not even meet face to face. And everything they are talking about is about Christ's redemption. So, and many people thought that book, the Bible, contradict each other. There is no place. If you know a single verse, text, paragraph, pages, chapter that you can point to, the Bible contradict each other, please bring it out so that we do exegesis, we do hermeneutical Bible interpretation on such thing, because many of us, we don't even understand. The little that we understand in error and in heresies. Where my knowledge stops, another people's knowledge starts from them. So as I'm saying, there is no place from Genesis to Revelation where Bible contradict each other. So somebody says in the book of Genesis chapter 32 and the book of Genesis chapter 33 says, book of Genesis 32 says, I have seen God face to face. But the book of Exodus chapter 33 says, thou shalt not see my face, for there shall no man see me and live. The Bible, is it contradicting? So why a place says, I see God, another place says, I see God. So there's no place that Bible contradicts each other. It's just because the way we don't do exegesis, we do eisegesis. We read our mind to the mind of the author. So that's why we are discussing about this. We've done the part 1. This is the part 2. So let's see the key distinctions. There are key distinctions that you must follow, that you must be able to see. So Job, in the book of Genesis chapter 32 verse 30 says that Jacob said, I saw God in a veil, that is like a human form. Don't forget, there's nobody that can see God. No matter who you are, there's nobody can see God in his full glory. But you can see God in incarnation. You can see God in form of angel. You can see God in form of angel. It's in form of angel. But you can't see God in his form of full glory. It's never possible. Even the angels, the Bible says they use their wings to cover their faces. So we're not to talk about human being. So that book of Genesis chapter 32 and the book of Exodus chapter 33 is talking about two different things. So that's why we read that Jacob encounter an embodied manifestation of God, a form of humans, that a God appear in a form of human. So not God full essence. It's not. You can't see God and be alive. So you can see God in form of Christ. You can see God in form of angel. You can see God in form of a light. But you can't see God, the totality of God, and be alive. Even the angels that were made with fire, they are unable to approach God. That's why the Bible says God lives in unapproachable light. So the book of Genesis chapter 32 verse 30, Jacob saw God in a veil, that is human-like form. But Moses cannot see the full glory. He was asking God, let me see you. God said, you can't see me, but you will see my back. That means you see the glory. So a theophany possibly, when Jacob says, I see God, he's talking about the theophany. The theophany that is possibly, that is pre-incarnate Christ. He saw the pre-incarnate Christ. So Moses wanted to see the God's full essence, which is not possible. So impossible for mortal man to see mortal. Even though when we leave this world, you can't see God. You know, the person that you are going to see is Christ. Is Christ. Because the full revelation of God, nobody, no human spirit, no spirit can withstand it. So there is no place that those places contradict each other. So both, they are speaking the truth. God can reveal himself in a visible, limited form that human being can see. It will make you to see him according to your capacity. That's why Jesus said, I have a lot of things to tell you, but your brain, your normal capacity cannot assimilate, cannot accept it. But when the Spirit comes, the Spirit will be the one to dwell the Jesus. It's not you, you human being. So that's why when you don't receive the Spirit of Christ in you, Christ cannot come. It's just as if you want to put a water in a bowl. So that means you need a bowl to put a water. You can't just be pouring water on your body. Your body cannot sustain the water. So therefore, when you are now talking about theological point, God revealed himself according to human capacity. According to human capacity. We see him only as much as we can bear. If you want to see God, that means it depends on your capacity. The capacity that God will relate to me will be different, much higher than God will relate to Papa Adeboye, than the way that he will reveal to my teacher, Pastor Chris Oyakilome. Those ones, they have the more capacity. The little one that I know is what I'm saying. So the question is now, does anyone see God or not? You see some places that Jacob said, I saw God. Moses and the elders, Haggai, Abraham, Isaiah, Ezekiel, Daniel. But it also says, you have to know, when they say, I see God, I see God, I see God. But you must be able to understand what they are saying. So no man can see God. Exodus 33:20 says, no man shall see my face and be alive. 1 Timothy 6:16 says, whom no man has seen or can see. No man has ever seen or can see in the future. So don't believe that even though if you leave this world, you are going to see God. It's impossible. So John chapter 1 verse 18 says, no man has ever seen God at any time. 1 John chapter 4 verse 12 says the same statement. So what are they going? What is going on? So when you see the two key solution to that, types of seeing God, you must be able to know what are the types. When somebody says, I see God, I see God, is he saying, is he the fullness essence, or the pre-incarnate, or angel, or flame of fire, or something like that? Impossible for him mortal. That is very, very impossible for human being to see God. This refers to God infinite essences, uncreated glory, overwhelming holiness. So it is very, very difficult to see God in this form. But when it now comes, seeing God in a manifest or visible veil, that is, you can see God as a man. You can see God as an angel. You can see God as a fire. You can see God as a cloud. You can see God when he showed himself as a glory like a smoke. You can see God as a thunder. You can see God in voices. That means you can say, oh, I see God. But not in the full glory. When you say, I see God, maybe, oh, he talks to you through an angel, through an image that pre-incarnate, that is through Christ. You can see Jesus. That is very, very possible, because Jesus, when he came as a human being. So you can see God as Jesus. You can see God maybe in terms of cloud, in terms of fire. Depends on the visible form that he wants you to see him. Just like, I see somebody saying, I see a wind. You can't see a wind, but you can see the manifestation of the wind. The Christophanies, that is the pre-incarnate appearance of Christ in the Old Testament. This is the form which Jacob wrestled with. It's not God. Abraham ate with God. Not human being. He ate with human being. They said three people. Haggai met God. That is angel. Isaiah said, I saw the Lord in the temple. Ezekiel saw the likeness of the glory. So these are the things that you can see. You cannot see God. So when you now see those people that say we see God, they see God, they see God. Nobody, Bible says, nobody has ever seen God, and nobody will see God. But you can see God in a form of manifestation that you can bear and that you can carry. God bless you. God be with you. In Jesus' mighty name. Help us to share. Shalom.